want to make sure. That we are all good and live. I have a special experience for us right now. I've been so busy with some cool things, and let's just dive into it. So let me explain you what's going on. I'm overviewing a homework from the 5-day class challenge that I've been running for the 2 days now. It's going to be another 3 days, right? And the members needed to do a homework each of the first 2 days. And I am providing them with the feedback on their homework right now. And I'm going to share my screen live to see and give you some examples of how it all goes. The first homework that everyone needed to do was to create an I help statement, right? To say, I help this person to achieve that kind of outcome by overcoming certain challenge through this type of solution, right? So all of the 15 class members, attendees, they needed to create this kind of statement. And then the second thing that they needed to do on day 2 is to create an ask post. Ask post is a 2-step post that you publish on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, where you ask people certain question. And I gave everyone, let me share screen, a few options, a few examples, right? Of which, what kind of ask post everyone should create, right? And the first one was, if I create a video on either this topic or that topic, which would you prefer? And then people would just comment and stuff like that down below, right? There are another 3 examples that everyone received as their homework that are written here. For example, what's your biggest challenge with achieving the major outcome, right? So does that make sense? I just wanted to give you the 2 homeworks ideas of what everyone needed to do. And what I am working on right now is, just really quickly, let me find the screen of mine, not this one. Actually, let me just go to Facebook on my own, where I will show you live how I commented to everyone's questions, right? So you can understand, not questions, but their homework. So you can understand, right, how our 5-day course challenge goes. We have this kind of private chat. Let me zoom in a little bit. And everyone provided me with their homework, right? And I'm going to go through this right now, so I can give you some examples of how we do all of this, right? So yesterday's homework was to publish this kind of 2-step ask post. And by the way, I have published mine live yesterday, 5 p.m. Eastern time, while we were doing the challenge. And I want to actually check right now, because I did not check this morning right now yet what were the answers that people that people commented on my post, right? So let me share with you this idea right now. That was my post. Let me see. What's your biggest motivation to become an online coach, right? And I have received 11 comments, right, of like-minded coaches, entrepreneurs, and who are in my ideal audience, right? And then I can connect with everyone. So I did not have time to go and check these comments of mine yet today, because I've been pretty busy. But what I was doing is I have checked the homeworks from the attendants of our challenge, right? And I'm going to go through a few examples right now. And before I do that, I'm gonna probably pick 2 examples of each, right? The statements and 2 examples of the 2-step ask posts. And I'm gonna just begin with the statement feedback that I gave to someone here, and that was the one, right? So let me just so Christine said, I help anxious. So this is the I help statement. That was a homework, right, of our day 1. And she said, I help anxious and low vibrating individuals achieve energized relaxation, rejuvenation, and balance, right? So you see, that's what she helps them to achieve. And this is who she helps this achieve, right, to achieve. And by overcoming fears, right? Overcoming fears, blockages, and limiting beliefs through mindfulness, energy work, affirmations, and alternative techniques. Now, listen, I already analyzed her statement. It's down here. I'm just going to check what my comment on her statement was, so I don't repeat myself, right? And I said, wow, that statement is actually awesome. It's kind of totally to the point. I just have another comment here for you. It would just need some more upbeat outcome mentioned. For example, next to energized relaxation, rejuvenation, and balance, I would try to put some word like empowerment or confidence or knowing what that person should be doing. And so it's not just relaxation and rejuvenation and balance, which are a little softer things, right? I would be like, okay, cool, you're empowered now as well, you are connected, you are aligned, and also have balance, you rejuvenate, and you have relaxed well, right? And what else I said about that? I love all the other part of overcoming which methods, right? Those were amazing examples, right? Your homework is now to create a shorter just outcome statement, right? So that's what I commented. And let's check this again. So I'm going back up. It's not pulling on its own. I'm going to go up here again. For example, I was really happy kind of with this part, right? Achieve energized relaxation, rejuvenation, and balance, right? Here was my comment. Can you put in here a word called empowered or aligned or upbeat, something that's more like, okay, final goal, right? Relaxation, rejuvenation, and balance are the soft things that get you there. But anyways, what's that word that you can also put in here? That was my comment. And I was really happy about the idea by overcoming fears, blockages, and limiting beliefs, right? So overcoming those through, so that's a method, through mindfulness, energy work, affirmations, and alternative techniques, right? It describes the methods well. This statement is kind of not just for the audience or whatever, it's most importantly for you as a coach, right? So you know who you help, how you help them, what you help them to achieve, and what do you help them overcome, right? So it's for you. And then I mentioned, okay, can you create now just an outcome statement, shorter statement? We have some examples up here of those shorter outcome statements of where some people came up with really cool ones. So let me see. I gave some comment. Even my comment was, for example, hold on, guys, this needs a check. So let me see. I gave even a good example of mine, right? So for example, my example could be, I help a starting online coach, right, to become a full-time online coach by teaching them how to create content pieces, achieve consistency, and how to network with potential clients online through my signature Premium Life Launchpad program, right? That could be a long statement of mine, but I gave everyone an example. Can you create just an outcome statement? For example, in my case, that would be, I help you become a highly paid online coach with sold out courses, right? How can you have a statement that just says, I help you to become a confident, empowered person, right? So that was the point that I was making. How can you create a shorter statement than an outcome statement, right? For you as an online coach. So you don't have that lengthy description, which actually helps you to be aligned with your message, your value, but how can you have just a punchy statement talking just about the outcome, right? For example, in my case, that could be, I help you become a full-time online coach, right? It's just like, this is what I help you with, right? So that's my example that I wanted to give you right now. How can you make a shorter version of this statement and just share the outcome now, right? So I help this type of person achieve that one thing, right? Being empowered, relaxed, rejuvenated, and balanced in your life or so, right? So that was that first example, right? Let's see what's the next example here, right? So that was an example of I help statement, right? And to be honest, up here we also have some other good I help statements. For example, I remember that Tracy's was really good, for example, as well. So let me just find that one. I help parents to use mindfulness, and I had a good comment about that, right? I help parents to use mindfulness so they can have more balance, joy, and confidence while parenting. So that's an example of an outcome statement that is good, right? I help parents to use mindfulness, right? And I gave Tracy a feedback. Instead of use mindfulness, what else could be that tool? Because I think that mindfulness toward the kids is not that most valuable tool rule that you would have, but it's some type of leadership word. I don't know exactly what kind of word would be in here, but I need to brainstorm this with Tracy later on. We also have a meeting to do that privately. So that's just an example, right? So they can have more balance, joy, and confidence while parenting. So I was really happy with this statement, and it's just short outcome statement, and that's why I brought it up for this example as well, right? So you see, there was 2 examples of the I help statements. There is many more of them in here that we do in our chat. By the way, if you would want to attend the 5-day course challenge that we are running, today is the day 3, gonna be 5 p.m. Eastern, that's 2 p.m. PST time, or if that's in Australia, it's gonna be 8 a.m. Sydney time, or Brisbane 9 a.m. time, something like that, right? You can click the link below and register for the event. You have not missed yet all the experiences, right? We are having day 3 today, and then day 4 tomorrow, right? And today, so on day 1, we discussed, okay, how can you create a valuable message and this kind of help statement and have higher valued offer. On day 2, right, we have discussed how do you create this kind of lead generation content pieces and communicate your value through the content that you create, right? So I am mentioning this to you right now because I'm going to analyze some of this type of 2-step content pieces right now. And today, on our 3rd day of the course launch challenge, we are going to discuss how do you then manage these comments, leads, engagements that are happening under your content pieces, or also people DM you and stuff like that. How do you manage those? How do you authentically have conversations with people and book calls with them, right? This is fairly easy to do, to book calls with people and qualify them correctly. And that's what we're going to discuss today on our 3rd day of the course launch challenge. You can simply click the Zoom registration link down below and you're going to get all of the details about how it all works, right? So, and you can jump in and attend it today as well. Right now, let me analyze 2 or 3, right, of these 2-step ask posts. And I already gave you my example, right? What's your biggest motivation to become an online coach, right? So I used one of those few examples that I gave to everyone, and then I have 11 comments, right? I mean, when I do this kind of posts, right, I usually get quite some comments, right? Sometimes just 10, sometimes 30, right? And sometimes you get even like 60 and the post just blows up, right? And all of those people who interact, right, then they are the right potential clients because they interacted with your message and post of what you asked them, right? So Christine said, I'm thinking of creating a video either on busting fears or removing limiting beliefs. Which would you prefer, right? And I commented down below her the 2 comments, and I said, let's just find this one. So this is here, right? I said, nice. People actually do know what is busting fears, all right? Kind of eliminating them, no worries, but removing limiting beliefs. In this case, I'm not sure if it's completely understandable. I mentioned that, right? Because if you ask me, okay, would you rather teach me how to bust your fears or remove limiting beliefs, right? I mean, remove limiting beliefs to achieve what, right? Or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's kind of in this kind of zone of, it's not totally clear, and I'm not sure what people would say, right? So I said, can you replace that word next time with something else? And that's why it's good to be part of our community or our 5-day course launch challenge, which is for free to attend, or even our daily support group that we are running, right? You get this personalized feedback before you post things, right? With that said, just let me see, there is a quick message that I received here. If there is anything urgent, nothing urgent. So with that said, right? Okay, let's move on. So in regards to the value that people would achieve, right? I would try to replace that word limiting beliefs with another different option, but let's see how your audience will accept it and what they will comment about. Because maybe I am wrong. Maybe the audience actually do understand. They do understand what that means, and they would be like, okay, we decide for this one, right? We decide for busting fears. They're going to comment below, or they will be like, okay, we decide for limiting beliefs. Do the video on that, right? But whatever, right? The point is that people comment and express their opinion, because then I wrote here, right? You will see that anything that people respond to these types of questions gives you material for conversations, engagement with them, and then private DM conversations where you can dig deeper and also book a call with them thereafter. We will practice that today as well on our third day of the free course launch challenge. Let me check your, okay, that's another thing then, right? So, you know, if we posted this two-step post, right, it gives us comments, engagement, the right people express their opinions, right? So let's go to another example, right? And Tracy did this example and it was really cool, right? Which video, so again, it's which video, right? But okay, let's just keep it in. Which video would you prefer me to create? Disrespectful behavior or impulsive behavior? And I gave her a comment because she works with parents who work with kids, right? I said to her, could you mention next to it that this is for kids, right? Impulsive behavior of your kids, right? Because imagine you post this on Facebook in front of everyone in some or in your private group, right? And that person will see this post in their feed, right? And they will be like, okay, I don't know what are you relating this topic about to, right? Which would you prefer me to create? Disrespectful behavior or impulsive behavior, right? What are you relating this to, right? Just a regular life, yourself, but in this case, it's meant to be for parents who work with kids. So that's why I said, could you put the word kids next to it, working with your kids or so? So anyone who would see this randomly during the day, you know, people having lunch, checking their Facebook, and they would see this question, they would know that it's for parents who work with kids. So that was my quick comment that I already wrote about down below here as a response, right? So my other comment is that do the parents know the difference between disrespectful and impulsive behavior, right? I was just asking this and saying, because this could be a little advanced language that someone is using, and they need those who comment need to distinguish between the difference of these two words so they can make a proper decision and actually comment down below, right? But yes, that post was very good. And did you get any response? And she says, yes, I did. So far, impulsive is in the lead. And you see, people, she's now getting comments, even if it's just 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 people that comment. These are all people who love this idea, this topic, these questions. And then you can have conversations and engagement with them and go into DMs with them, book calls if they have that larger gap that you can help them to solve. And this is what we're going to discuss today on our day 3 event, class of our 5-day course launch challenge, how to authentically then do these conversations that are generated by your content and book calls with the right pre-qualified people who you qualified or pre-qualified in your conversations, right? Or emails or whatsoever that's, framework of conversation was in, right? So let's say, okay, that's all good. Now, okay, we have another example here from Serenity, and she said this, let's look back. So she said, let me zoom in so you guys can see this. What is your biggest challenge with achieving a positive outlook in your life? And I was like, man, this makes sense. This is good. Let's go with it, right? Because it's clean, sharp, to the point, and people responded to it as far as I know, because she said this below, right? What is your biggest challenge with achieving a positive outlook in your life? Give this question to people. They're going to say what down below? I have this challenge, I have this challenge, I have that challenge, I'm struggling with this, and I cannot achieve the positive outlook in my life, right? And this gives you a lot of material to work with thereafter, to have chats with them in the comments and in DMs, and then booking calls with people, right? And again, we're gonna practice, and it's a cool, nice picture, right? Oh, like, what's your challenge with that stuff? So this is awesome, right? And now, by the way, okay, I missed Michelle's one, which I'm gonna reply right now live with you all. But she said that she got. She posted it on her page, got 7 comments already, and that was yesterday, but also posted in 3 other groups, and she got 30 comments. Imagine posting this in other groups, pulling people from other groups under one of your content pieces, and then making friends with them, doing conversations and booking calls, right? And this is how it all works. And she also posted it on her private profile, which is going to give her another extra opportunity, right? To she just probably pulled like 40, 50, 60 people together with this idea, right? And by the way, I totally skipped to reply to Michelle's one, so I'm gonna do that right now in front of you live. If I create a video on fear or motivation, which would you prefer? All right, so yeah, it's not, there is no that depth, but it's simple. It's simple, right? People should say fear or motivation, or whatever they relate to it, right? And then this gives you so I mean, these are two different things. Fear, right? Fear is different thing than motivation to achieve something, right? So these are totally two different things, but it looks like, you know, we are testing here. Okay, let's see what people would want to talk more about, fear or motivation. So I'm not sure, that was published yesterday. We'll see today if there was any response, right? And I'm gonna need to reply to this right now. Awesome. Good effort on publishing it. I want to say fear and motivation are two totally different things, but it would be awesome to see which of those two people relate more to and need help with. Also, I like how simple the question or two examples is or are, right? So it's easier for people to just comment, to just not think too much and comment down below. So that's my feedback to her. I don't want to miss that one. Okay, so I only have 6 more minutes for this call because I have a group daily support group call today. Wait, let me check something. Did I mess this up today? I have half an hour still. Okay, that's all good. But no rush. Okay, so for a meeting that I have, so I have enough time to do these responses. No worries. So okay, I replied to that one. Let me see, was there another really good example? I think that I covered some. I am going to cover also Varsha's question here because she gave me some examples. I'm going to be, let me decide now. So she is now asking me which would be best of these guys, right? To publish on her profile today. So because she's now asking me for a question, for an idea what is that actually she should post, right? So let's see. And then she's going to create that type of a 2-step post. What is your biggest challenge you face as a divorced woman? That's a good one, kind of, because she works with divorced women, right, to get ahead and maybe become again attractive and more confident and even find another relationship that they can go into, right? What keeps you motivated after your divorce? What keeps you motivated as a divorced woman over 45? What would it mean to you if you felt attractive and confident after? What is your biggest challenge? Motivation to feel confident. Look, all of them are so kind of good, okay? They are all good, and one of them is going to work well. What we need to do is now pick one, right? Pick one, go with it today, and keep another 4 for in a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks time. Or even better, post one on your profile and post the other 3 right now in some divorce groups, Facebook groups, if they do exist. And I think they do, right? Or whatever, right? So let me reply to her. Awesome job. They are all fabulous. I spelled that fabulous wrong, but it's too late now. So I say to you, they are all very good. And you will publish one of them right now to your profile, and you can publish another one in your Facebook group. The other 3 or 4 you will keep for later and publish them on your social channels next time, in a week or 2 time. In a week or 2 time, right? Because they are and be accepted better by your audience. In fact, I think they will all do well, right? And will be attracting potential clients to engage with you. All right, so just a quick response, right? Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. I think that I have given you some awesome insight of how I am providing everyone with my feedback, right? All the attendants of the 5-day course launch challenge who attended it day 1 on Monday, day 2 yesterday and Tuesday, and today is day 3. Wednesday, and then tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. So another 3 days of the 5-day online course launch challenge. If you would like to be part of it, and today we're going to have another homework, which I think is going to be, it's not that I think, but I do know, right? Because I have it in here. Today's homework, day 3 course launch challenge, is going to be to think about 5 qualifying questions that you would have for your potential client that they need to answer on positively, kind of, right? Or in some kind of way. And if they answer to those 5 questions, they either are your ideal client or they are not, right? They either have a large gap that you can fulfill or they don't, right? So that's going to be the homework for today, to think about 5 different questions that you have for your ideal client, either via DM conversation or via sales call, right? On the sales call, so you pre-qualify that potential client with the right 5 questions, so you can understand and see if they're the one to work with you. So with that said, that's going to be the homework for today. If you would like to attend our 5-day online course challenge today, it's day 3, it's 5 p.m. Eastern time, it's 2 a.m. Pacific time, and Central and Mountain time are there in between. And this is also 10 p.m. UK time, and 11 p.m. for me here in Europe this day, but I do work, up to midnight and then go sleep 1 a.m. And also it is 8 a.m. Sydney time or Brisbane time, right? I mean, 1 hour up or down. You need to register for the Zoom. How do you convert those people who engaged on your content pieces and commented below? How do you have authentic conversations with them now, right? DM or sales call conversations, so they become your clients, right? How to effortlessly enroll a new coaching client from social media into your offer, into your program. We're going to discuss that one today. Down below is the link to register for the challenge. And I hope that I see you today in the afternoon or night time, depending in which time zone you are in. You have all the details for day 3 down below. Let's have some action going on. I was happy to share with you the insight of how do I provide everyone with the